Repeat this after me. If there's no harmony, then there's harm in me. Beloved, I want you to understand this, that good is greater than love. Good is greater than love. Love is on the surface level. Love is on the level of the heart. And because we live down here in the heart, we can only have heart-to-heart exchange. And that's a linear action. From my heart to yours, that's linear. That's horizontal. But good resides above the heart. So good resides in the spirit. Good resides in the soul of the being. And so when we choose good, we then raise our vibration up to the spirit realm. Because heart is on the surface level, love is on the surface level, which is in the heart. And because love exists, pain also exists, hurt also exists. Pain and hurt exist because love exists. And so when you love someone, regardless of how much you love them, I don't care if it's your mother, if it's your father, if it's your significant other, you will on some level experience some type of pain and hurt simply because love exists on the surface level down here on the earth. But when you enter into the space of good, coming from good, doing good, serving good, believing good, doing all things with a good mind and a good soul and a good heart, beloved, you thus raised above the heart, no longer being linear. You are now elevated. You're now living vertical. You see, this is what we call the cross, right? So you have the heart, which is horizontal, and you have the soul or the spirit, which is vertical. The moment you choose to be good and do good, beloved, you have chose to raise above the heart into the spirit realm, where there is no such language as hurt or pain. Why? Because the spirit realm doesn't have a language. It only has a frequency that it vibrates on. Because the soul exists in the ether, the etheric realm. There is no language there. There's only harmony. So when you decide to choose good, you're deciding to choose harmony. When you choose harmony, you remove the harm in me. And so if there's no harmony, there's no harm in me. Or I'm sorry, I'll say that again. If there's no harmony, then there's harm in me. You see, harmony is good. When you look at any situation where you see good happening at, if you're sitting in a bookstore and everyone around you are just minding their business, they're choosing to be good to themselves by not coming in and shooting up the place, right? And they're choosing good. They're choosing to be good. They're choosing to be good. And so you can be sitting in a bookstore and there you will see harmony. You can be walking in the mall and there you will see harmony, because there's nothing that's disrupting that harmony. There's no bad that's disrupting harmony. When people choose harmony, people are choosing good. When people choose good, all things align. We can walk past each other and not feel some type of way. We can go places and not feel some type of fear, because in the space of where you're at or you enter into a space of everyone whose heart is on the level of good. Now, everybody is not good. Everybody is not a good person. But if they're not good, that's because they didn't choose it. And if they didn't choose good, beloved, that's their problem, right? There's harm in them. There's harm in them. If there's no harmony, there's harm in me. The reason why there's no harmony because you chose to live with harm in me. And the soul or the spirit is tied to purpose. Love is tied to the heart. The soul is tied to purpose, to good. So when you want to be with someone, meet them in the spirit realm where all things are harmonized and all things are good. And nothing is separate. Nothing is one way or the other, because there is no one way or the other. There's only one way. There's only the way. And that's all that exists is the way. The way is where me and you meet together on the higher realm. When we meet together on the higher realm, we are entering into the way. The way of what? The way of good. We've entered into the way of good. Not in the way of what serves me or what serves you, because that's love. Looking at how can this person serve me or how can I serve this person. But when you get with someone to be their significant other, beloved, make sure that your purpose and their purpose align, so therefore there is no separation to believe in. There is no division. There's only harmony. There's only good. So raise up your level of self into the space of harmony and into the space of good, so that good can thus open up the way that me and you shall go together. How can two walk unless they agree? Because you cannot be unequally yoked. You must, the only way to be yoked is in the spirit. You cannot be yoked in love. You can only be yoked in good. You can only be yoked in good. The Bible says that God created the earth and the planet in 6 days, or the world in 6 days. And he looked back at the world and see all that he had did and called everything good. So when you see that things are good, things are in harmony. So when God looked at the world and saw that it was good, he saw that the sun, the moon, the stars, the water was all perfectly put in its place for the operation of the greater good for me and you to exist in. So exist and show up and enter into the space of good, so that therefore you and I can harmonize in holy matrimony together. That's called a true marriage. That's called a purpose-ship and not a relationship. Enter into purpose-ship together, not relationship. Relationship causes hurt. Relationship causes pain. Relationship causes suffering. Purpose-ship, there's none of that language there. All that is there is good. And so we can walk in harmony together because we've entered into purpose-ship together. We've entered into the way. The way is not my way and it's not your way. It's the way. It's the way we walk together, the way we do things together, the way we go together. Enter into the way of purpose-ship. Enter into the way of good and live in harmony with yourself and others. I love you. I love me. I love us. Be well, be loved, and be light, beloved.